Alright, so welcome back to Exalted. This is attempt 2 recording, OBS being a bit of a bitch.
Luckily, we caught it very early this time.
Yes,
My
we caught it
God,
within
great
the
at swearing. It's not very British at all.
I've had a bad week, put it that way. Okay.
A lot of us have had pretty bad weeks.
Yep. So, I'm happy to do desktop capture, so if I accidentally show you my desktop, sorry about that. It's just refusing to, grab anything else. Just, yay. Love that. Okay, so I've got to roll join battle for the extra guys.
There's 3 of them.
3 extra guys, 6 dice each.
Those are presently having some naval combat,
Yeah.
which we're not trying to go loud on.
In other words, personal only.
And I always put roll in, it's die, there we go. First guy just moves down 2. These guys are apparently quite good.
Well,
So
they
these-
weren't exactly expecting this.
No. There we go. So,
They're probably still waiting for orders from their commanding officer.
as I
Which
said,
are already dead.
He's having an argument with the bottom of the river.
well, he might have been a mundane admiral. These are not the mundane guys. As it is, yeah, I'm not going to track the standard crew because we're pretty much assuming that they're just going to wade through them. So there's absolutely no point in tracking them. They're mortals. They're going to die.
They're having a bad week.
It's what they're here for.
Yeah. At this point in the game, mortals in combat just don't really count.
This point in the game being any point past the start point.
Yeah.
We have
Why
weapons.
Mortals might count for like session 1 if there's 100 of them.
Mortals kind of count for non-combat situations.
Yeah. Anyway, so round 1, you've one of the ships has got a damaged rudder. The other ship is acting normally.
Alright, so I'm going
I
to...
believe last session we agreed to go after the one that isn't having difficulties with its steering.
Alright, so is this one... who's on the first boat then? Closest boat.
Closest boat, I'll say, is 1 and 2.
Okay. I'm going to fire at 1 then. So... And I'm going to go with normal broadheads. And just making sure... hello, do broadheads have any accuracy rating to them?
I don't think they have a bonus to it, no.
Oh wait, my normal thing's plus 3, so... 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11.
No, normal broadheads don't have an accuracy bonus. Just plus 2 strength.
Alright. And that's 4 successes. They missed. Does my shot miss, Gray?
I just going to check up to see what their DV is.
Oh, is this at long range? Just check.
Yeah, we'll call this long range for this round, and then
Okay, I do have a... Okay, nope. I do have a speciality for sniping.
If you're aiming for 1, that's basically it's a miss if you're aiming at anybody.
If you're aiming if you're aiming at any of them, it's a...
Alright, it's a miss.
I kind
So
of
wait,
forgot.
does that mean he hits if he isn't aiming?
Well, he's taking
Not a
off a poor
dragon blood.
crew member. Some guy stepped up to report to him and just took an arrow to the back of the head.
Curses.
Ah, a blade of crew armor. Crew armor.
Aggravated crew armor.
You will not be using me as armor.
Red shirts.
You say that.
Alright.
Yeah,
That's
he's just
my
making
turn.
it a challenge now. I mean, going into battle with ablative armor straps on is just,
I attack for 5 dice, and my armored attacks for 33.
I'm gonna have to use that in an episode title.
3 dice.
Bloody.
Okay. Let's see if we can top that as an episode title.
All right, then. Now there's a challenge.
All right, we got one major tick.
Yep.
Yep.
And
Okay.
the opponents are going first, right?
I
Yes. Yeah.
yeah, that
Because-
was Gray's compromise.
Yeah. Basically to give them a chance. Even though it's actually a fairly evil? Freudian slip. Even kind of combat at this point. So, I'm not going to explain too much. So, just find their stats again. Too many sheets, not enough time.
Yep.
So, he's going to probably shoot straight back at you. Which 8 dice?
He's gonna yank the arrow out of his adjutant's head and throw it back.
I'm assuming
Shoot
you've
it
got more
back.
than 4
Dodge value.
dodge value. Discard.
Hmm?
You got more than
So-
4 dodge?
Yes. I have plenty of
Yep.
dodge.
Alright, so you've just. An arrow flies past you.
Now you have more than 4 minus 1.
Yep, I have 4 dodge right now. I usually have a 5 dodge.
Okay, so that's him done. Speed, 5 for an arrow?
6.
Speed 5, excellent.
That's
6.
you said it. You put him in the right place, but you said the wrong
No, I was making a joke. It's fine. It wasn't funny.
Yeah.
name. It was so unfunny that I didn't catch it.
Yes, that's
so-
how bad it was.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
It went right over your head, just like the arrow did.
Okay, I'm going to start giving a speech to the nearby group. We are marching in a compact group
Oh, God.
along a precipitous and difficult path, firmly holding each other by the hand. We are surrounded on all sides by enemies, are under almost constant fire. We have combined voluntarily precisely for the purpose of fighting the enemy.
And so what? That's 2 dots of extra? 2 extra dice or whatever?
Yeah.
Yep, 2 extra dice and 1 extra DV for anybody who hears it and wants to be a
I could use 2 extra dice.
And wants to what now?
Be a hero.
Well, anybody who doesn't want to resist. You can resist if you want to.
Okay, I was going to
Two
say,
extra
if it's
dice.
be a hero, I'm going to have to check Valor on that one.
If it's be a hero, I'm pretty sure we all get it just by virtue of being us.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
Exalted.
You're,
Heroes in the title.
heroes by definition.
For a very classical version of idea of heroics.
Yes, the Greek version of hero. Anyway,
The tasty kind?
Greek.
Heroes are Greek. Yes.
And moving on.
Okay.
So, does someone with sail want to try and get your ships into a better position?
I'm the sailor, and
Yep.
I'm not.
You weren't a sailor like 2 weeks ago, but you know you've done a bit of studying in the meantime.
Horace Fun.
Actually, I just
You
did
weren't a
Exalted
sailor
bullshit,
15 minutes
that's-
ago, but you're a quick learner.
Yeah, I went and did sparkly exalted bullshit and learned how to sail.
Good man.
Horace-
Best part is you
Correspondence
didn't
force.
even need to do the sparkly part because it's just
Well, I'm an eclipse, so I just learn.
He didn't need to.
Polar.
He just wanted to.
That's what I meant.
Yeah. What's the point of being sparkly if you can't be sparkly?
Okay,
Anyway,
I literally cannot do anything until we actually hit the other boat.
So you can
So I'll shoot at number 1 again.
I'm just gonna brace for impact.
You can wait, or whatever the hell that maneuver is.
Yeah, guard. Just literally move yourself at least 2 down. No other effect.
Yeah, that's basically what I did.
yeah.
I'm moving myself onto the Celtic once again.
It works. All right. Don't dodge this one, okay?
I don't think
8
you can.
successes.
No. if this is the same guy, is it?
Yeah.
Hitting at 1. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm shooting number 1.
So
No point in
he's-
not focusing fire right yet.
He was at 5. He was at 6. Yeah. No, 5 because he attacked. That gives you 3 net successes.
Not bad, not bad. What was his lethal soak? Using
Lethal
broadheads,
soak,
obviously.
It's 8.
So I get 3 damage.
I want
Nice.
to go for targets there. I mean, I'm not you.
Yeah, I'll probably do those next time. Well, that
Yeah.
failed.
The arrow embeds itself in his armour and he just kind of looks at it.
Stop giving him ammunition.
That one's no good anymore.
Okay. So, Dragonblood 2 is going to use his Dragonfly finds mate charm, which I had up here a second ago, but I've lost. It's basically the multiple firing one.
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure there'll only be one Dragonfly. What do you mean there's no... Oh, of course, I can't search this PDF. I just need to find its costs.
Oh no, that would be in Dragonblood, not Solars.
Dragonfly finds mate.
Pretty sure
Other
that's the one.
characters may be protected with this charm. Oh, that's.
Oh no, it's not
that's
the one I was
bad.
thinking of then. He's got multiple ones.
7-year swarm volley.
Oh, swallows defend the nest.
Okay.
They're both defensive sounding, whereas one is literally you pay like.
Yep. Charm's flurry ignores rate and has a total DV penalty equal to the highest penalty of any attack.
That sounds awfully familiar.
Must direct each attack created by this flurry at a different enemy.
Yeah. So you're all on one chip, aren't you?
And so you're doing 1 mote per arrow.
So
And
5.
unfortunately, his DV only goes down by 1 for all
Yep.
of.
So it's 7 dice on each of you.
Each of whom?
Everyone.
Okay.
Yeah, because he's basically just whipping out arrow after arrow and sending it flying.
So he's
It doesn't
spending
work.
5 motes on this?
Wait, you mean someone's actually targeting me with a ranged or thrown attack?
Yes.
Actually, Gray, I'm looking at this. That he only gets a. It only says that his DV penalty changes to the highest of any
Oh.
attack. I think he still takes the.
Yes, that makes more sense. He still takes the dropping down, but he only costs one of his own DV because it only counts as one
Oh, wait.
attack.
Each arrow fired after the first costs 1 mode of essence, but is fired with the Dragonblood's full dice.
Yeah, so he basically gets his full 8 dice for every attack.
Okay.
Right, so Halloumi.
Miss.
Joyous.
I don't even need to dodge that one.
That's me.
Yep.
Miss.
Adamant. Miss.
It's a
Massive.
3, yes.
Miss and Cloud.
That
that-
hits.
That would be a hit. How many?
Actually, hang on. I changed my dexterity. I'm not entirely sure.
Yay.
Dexterity plus dodge
DV4,
plus
so that's a
essence
hit by
divided
1.
Hit by 1.
Also, if it does less than 6 raw damage, it doesn't actually hurt me.
Pretty sure it does 6.
6 exactly, because that counts as less than 6 for these purposes.
Basically just a longbow, so actually it might not.
I'm
It's just
assuming he's
long.
using a broadhead.
Yeah, broadhead longbow.
Longbow is, what's his strength?
Something. 2.
Okay, then it's only doing 4 damage. So
Oh.
yeah, it doesn't even play.
I'm just going to roll this because I've got it loaded. Yeah, it doesn't do anything. Anyway, that costs him 6. So, Dragonblood 3.
So the only person he actually hit He just bounced the fuck off.
Yeah.
Also, you put him down 5, not 6.
Oh, yes. I did, didn't I? Dragonblood 3 here is going to basically dive into the water behind the ship and attempt to fix the damage to his rudder. So this is going to be a target free. Oh, nope.
Swept away downstream, never to be seen again.
Well, no, he's drunk.
Botch.
Didn't
He
botch.
is
Krakens?
wearing armor, so that's going to give him a minus.
Yeah, but he dove into
Unless
the
he-
ocean willingly.
unless
He's probably a water dragon
aspect,
blood.
which can. Yeah, if he's a water aspect, which considering they're on, boats, he's got a pretty good chance of being. He doesn't actually give a.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the other guy is going to just try and give commands. No. He does a lot
Can't
of
be heard
shouting.
over Mousef's yelling.
All right.
Good work, Mousef.
I am going
Ramming
to
speed.
Hmm?
Ramming
speed. You want me to ram their boat?
I mean, yes,
There-
that would allow me to actually participate in this combat.
He
Right.
TLDR, drive me closer when I hit it with my sword.
That is the plan.
I mean,
All right.
can
Well,
you,
I'll get the people to. So, do I get a bonus to this from the nice speech?
Pretty sure you get an extra 2 dice.
Yeah, you get 2 dice for pretty much anything involved in
damage and DV, essentially.
Okay, so this will be dexterity plus sail plus those 2 dice. I gotta use all 7 dice. Yay! And mind you, this is after I just improved my dexterity and sail. All right. 2. Against an opponent that's not moving.
So you're aiming for the one
Actually,
that's...
I'm pretty sure at this point they're actively moving toward
Yeah.
us.
We're all moving at this
Well, they're
point.
trying to fix it, but I'm just gonna.
No, we're going for the one that isn't damaged because the
Oh.
one that is damaged is less of a.
You sure? All right.
Considering it can't actively move any closer to try and fuck with us, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's less of a.
We want to take out the one that can ram us, not the one that cannot ram us.
All right.
They're working on the ramming bit.
Yeah, that would be bad for us. Let's try and avoid it. I should shoot the helmsman next.
All right. Well, anyway, that's 2 successes. How many did I need?
I don't
ram
know.
a ship that's attempting to ram you.
Yeah. I'm going to give them a quick roll, I think, just to see. I think opposed is the best way of doing that.
Mm.
And yeah, he manages to veer off at the last second.
Are we close enough to jump over?
You probably are, yes. You're probably broadsiding. There's probably arrows going left and right.
You're gonna have to do an athletics check to do that.
I mean, I'm gonna jump up to the top of the mast so I have a better place to shoot from. Do these have masts? Are these like galleys or what are these
They're
like?
river boats. These are fishing boats that we're on.
Can I shove
they're probably just like flat bottom, single deck, probably or.
They're
driven.
barges.
All right.
They're probably like, a hold, and then a hold you stuff full of troops instead of fish, and then like a deck. You probably don't want them hitting your fishing boats.
No, they'll crumple like tin cans.
We did reinforce them though.
Yeah.
A little bit. I built these things for speed and not getting hit.
That wasn't the.
Look, if they get hit, they're gonna sink. They don't have what you need to survive.
I've just realized that we were working at complete cross purposes with those craft rolls.
No wonder we have such terrible boats.
Why
Sure, it has
why
nothing
are
to do with the
these
fact that they're
Why do these
I
sloops
was
all have
trying to
ramming
reinforce them
prows?
so they could actually take a hit. You were trying to strip them down so they couldn't get hit in the front.
Oh no, I was busy building stuff on the top level so they could board and grapple.
Why-
That's why
why
they've
do
got
we have-
grappling hooks and boarding bridges.
Basically rowboats with ironclad rowboats.
No,
Iron
just
proud
slightly
rowboats,
heavier
thanks.
wood clad.
Wonderful.
Good old woodclad.
So basically with our Franken ships.
Yep. That's exactly as they're going to be.
Mhm.
There was no changing
Actually, since we have boarding ropes and shit, can we just toss that across? Have the crew do that?
That'd
Yeah.
be a throne.
That'd be some sort of check on the crew.
that. Who has war?
Yeah, war would be a good check.
Not me.
So am I still able to do archery here, Gray? Are you forcing us into punching range?
No, you're still archery. Yeah, your ships are no close to each other, but they're not punching each.
The only one trying to force us into punching range is me, so I can actually do something.
Mm.
The best
would
thing
have
is
to
we're
do-
on ships. Even in punching range, you can still arrow them.
At least until the entire deck is covered with bodies, at which point it's kind of hard to
I'm
hit what you're
going-
aiming.
I'm going to arrow the first guy again then.
Hooray!
Arrow!
Base.
Error.
That is much
That
better.
hits. That hits by
By 2?
3. Actually, I didn't drop it down
By
again.
3. Alright, and the damage dice for this is normally, let's see.
It's 8 lethal soak.
So 8 lethal soak. So my base damage is 11 for that, so that would be 3 then. 3 plus 2 then? Gray?
Sorry.
So it's 8 lethal soak, you said?
Yep.
He's got 8 lethal soak. You succeeded by 3, I believe, Gray said.
Yeah, 3.
So that's 6. Plus 2. Those are my bracers. Hey!
That's only 2.
Oh,
Yeah.
boo.
Don't get too excited.
I need to make myself more murdery than just some of this amalgamative joke bot I have. All I can do is steal
Nothing.
things.
Go on.
You should try stealing their arrows out of the air.
That's the next. That's if I get Essence 4. I mean,
Okay.
You could try
I mean,
stealing
They're
the
not,
plug out.
held when they're airborne.
I could start robbing their rigging and such. I could start larcening
Okay,
this
did
entire
you
boat.
Add your 2 dice from mouse.
Oh, I didn't know.
I don't think that applies to damage, just a hit.
I was talking about the hit.
No,
So
to
it's not-
hit.
An extra point of hit, so an extra point of damage. Well, an extra roll for
Oh.
damage.
Yeah, an extra die.
There you go. I got it. I got an 8 here. Yeah, here we go.
Thanks,
That's
Mouse.
great.
Yes, see, that's an extra point of damage.
I guess in creation, communism works.
Browsing
Yet.
speeches work.
It's not really communism.
Communalism.
Yeah.
It's somethingism.
Also, if you want to try and get those bridges over,
I'm not really. See, I have this image of a blacksmith, but I'm not actually that strong, so I'm just gonna.
We have a crew. Some of them are
You-
strong.
yeah,
coulda
basically, I
asked-
just want you to encourage them to do.
Sure, I can shout orders to people.
Pretty much what you do, isn't it?
It is pretty,
Pretty
much
much.
your job.
So this would be a war roll, I guess, or
Yeah.
Oh, war.
charisma war.
Well, that would be 5 dice then.
5
Chris.
dice is better than the 2 I would be throwing.
Oh,
Yes,
I
more
got
successes on that.
That ship is going nowhere. You know, the crew managed to basically make a nice little rope bridge across.
Perfect.
It's even got the little wooden slats and everything.
Yeah. And they're surging across onto the deck. Sorry, I've got a bit of a cold for
Both are-
moving.
Both of our boat improvements worked perfectly. We avoided getting hit. We survived the hit we didn't take, and we've boarded them.
Hooray!
Pillage then burn, guys.
And now I'm going to charge with the crew across our I guess, makeshift bridge. And using the, what are they called? The tiger claws that I've had since the first session and haven't actually used. I'm going to try and rip his breastplate off. I'm assuming he's wearing one.
Yeah.